Hello and welcome back to Civilization V. Now I'm going to do a series about the first 10 or 20 turns in a supposedly normal free-for-all game. I'm going to be using the Hellblazers Pangea map version 20 because that's the culture right now. That's the maps that's being used the most on a 6-player free-for-all map with a strategic balance of coal and aluminium. I'm gonna change these options now. This is from our previous Ethiopia game, and I'm gonna be playing what is the difficulty again? Well, they're playing without AIs. I think they're playing Immortal for the city-states or Emperor. I don't remember exactly the thing. Let's play on Emperor for now. Because the AI difficulty does not only change the difficulty of the deity AIs, the civilizations, it changes the amounts of economy city-states have, changes the power you have against barbarians, and on Immortal and Emperor you get a little bit bonus against barbarians, on deity you get no bonus. You're fighting them like they're normal units, and that's not how they were designed to be fought. And what else is different in deity and emperor? City-states are harder to tribute on deity. I think that's all. Okay, nothing else in advanced setup. Okay, all good. Now let's do a random civilization, or we can do them from start to... no. Let's do them from start to bottom. I'm going to be doing a lot of episodes of this series. I'm gonna be explaining every time 15 minutes or 20 minutes of turns. And yeah, let's go. Just the first most important turns, because a lot of people lose the game from that point already. Now, what are our abilities? We have the Berber Cavalry, which is a strong horse unit. The Kasbah can be built on desert tiles, provides 1 food and production, and gold. Provides the same 50% defense as a fort. This is not really good. It's just a fort. You won't be working a Kasbah anyway, anytime, unless you've built a Petra in that city. Oh my god, stop, man. Okay. Oh, it's Morroco. Okay, and our unique ability is +3 gold and 1 culture for each trader with a different civ or city-state, increasing +1 gold and culture for each era. Other civs gain +2 gold for each trade route sent to Morroco. So this indicates that it has a stronger patronage play than other civilizations, but you are not locked into playing patronage. This just indicates that playing patronage with Morroco is stronger than playing patronage with other civs that don't have patronage bonuses. If your play is well designed for anything else except patronage, if your land is like that, well, yeah, okay. Now let's do the start. What is the start? This is a copper start. This is good for us. A copper start is really good for us. The reason is copper is really strong when building settlers. Settling on copper is great. It was greater before the change that flatlands give you +1 food when you settle them. They give you 3 food and 1 hammer in the NQ mode, but still it's pretty strong. The usual analogy is 2 food for 1 hammer in the early game and in the late game too. Now, okay, so in your first turn, what you need to do is explore with your warrior tiles you might want to move towards with your settler. So we need to explore. I'm thinking 2 things now. We either go west for Petra Dream, hopefully, or we go down here see what's going on, and then either go here and settle here or on top of sugar. Sometimes it's okay settling on top of plantation resources. Again, with the NQ mod, plantation resources are a bit stronger than they were, and they are workable tiles. Sometimes even preferable if you have a 3 food sugar with +3 gold. I would prefer working that to a 4 food tile actually. Now, okay, and now I'm thinking with my warrior I can do 2 things. I can either move here, which is gonna explore me these tiles, and I can see if there are any useful resources, so I can move my settler here, and then here or here or here. You need to break your move down to first move of the settler and then second move of the settler. So first we move the warrior. Can either move him here or here. Let's call it a 50-50. It's not a 50-50 because we have desert here, so this one is preferable. But let's say it's a 50-50. You can either send him here or here. I'll send him here. And now I see that Petra is going to be buffed by an Oasis, my Petra. Also, if I settle on desert, I will. It's on a river also, right? I was thinking of settling on a river anyways for the gardens, and I'm thinking of a tradition play, probably a tradition patronage play at this point. This is all really, how do you call it? Well, this is not well thought. I don't know who my opponents are, what their civilizations are, but if we take the general case that we have any kind of opponent playing any kind of civilization, I would be thinking of tradition on this copper here. So now let's move here. Now this reinforces my my need to take these desert tiles, and I could either settle here for a fast settle. I would never suggest that, settling both on bison and not on the copper. It's really not beneficial, but okay. Now if I think of settling here, I can just move to the copper and reveal more stuff and then go here and settle, which is something I might be thinking. Or I can move here to see what else is here, but that would delay my settle on copper for 1 more turn if I decide not to settle here. So let's see here. Okay, now there are a lot of floodplains. Our tiles around our capital are not that good, but if we buy this oasis, we have 3 sheep, we have a good lake, we have sugar, a lot of good stuff in range. Let's see. So score 34 indicates these two are coastal, 35, 35, 35 indicates they're not coastal. They have 1 less score than their friends. Now I am settling here. Nothing I can find will make me not settle here, but what you would like to do would be to first move the guy here, check if this is a resource you can use. This is not a good resource, but if we get Petra, this is a great resource. This is exactly like plains wheat if we get Petra. Plains wheat is really strong, in my opinion. Now I want to explore more to the west, so I'll go like this. It reveals more stuff. And let's build a scout. Now there are 3 kinds of starts you can have. The one is on a hill, like ours. The other is on flat terrain, and the other is on flat terrain with a 3 food besides you. When you're on flat terrain with 3 food, just work the food. It's a miracle. It works really great. Now here, working the food again is the only actual choice we have. But if we had the 3 food, not a 2-1, if we had either this one or this one, working the 3-1 would say that we would grow in 4 turns. So you can work the 2 food one for 2 turns and then the 3 food one for 2 more turns. So this is not good. Maybe some other time I'll explain it better when we have actually the situation. Now we don't have the situation, I won't explain it. Now, I'm thinking of playing tradition, and when playing tradition you don't build a monument. But I can build a shrine, and if I get the shrine and I get Desert Faith, I'm working one desert tile in my capital already, and I might be working this one really soon. So Desert Faith again seems like a really strong, good choice. Okay, so basic stuff. Always be on production focus and lock your food tiles, because if you're on production focus but you don't lock your food tiles, you never grow. Your city prefers production, that's obvious. But if you lock your food tiles, when your city grows, something magical happens. We'll explore that soon. Okay, this is a bad spot for a warrior to be exploring. I will send him here. So these tiles seem to border more forest or jungle. So I'll just send him here and hope. Oh, a ruin, nice. Now if my warrior returns from here. If my warrior returns from here, I can send my scout there. Let's build one other scout. Now we were having this is a problem of Civilization 5. It doesn't indicate to you how much excess production you have from the last turn. We have 2 excess production. The reason is we were working 6 production every turn. The scout cost 16, so after 3 turns we worked 18 production. So we have 2 excess, which means this scout needs 14 more production. We'll get 6 this turn, so he will need 8 more production, and we will get 8 next turn. And the reason is, we'll find next turn. It wasn't that we were going to get a... Okay, so... I want to meet the city-states. Meeting the city-states give you gold. Okay, now, this turn our city will grow. And when this city grows, we'll get a new citizen. This new citizen is going to go here, because we are on production focus, and it's going to give us these 2 production on this hill. So when you grow, you should always have one hill open, one of your production tiles open. When you grow, you can reallocate a production tile to a food tile, because you'll gain that production tile again if you're on production focus and locking everything. Okay. Right, also, something else. If we're on food focus and we grow, we don't get the food of that turn, because the food of that turn is already calculated. The turn passes, then the food of this turn is calculated. After it's calculated, any citizens that are awarded, and then the production of the turn is calculated. So when the citizen is awarded, the food for this turn is already calculated. So you won't get yet the food of this turn. So you need to be on production focus constantly. Okay, let's go there. Got a ruin and Sripada. Now my scout, I was sending my scout there to get the ruin, but now I'll get this ruin. 65 gold. Now my warrior is going there, so I don't want to be missing any ruins, so I'll send my scout here. Okay, now we grew. We grew, and I don't want to wait for this tile to get bought by the city. And the reason is not growing in the early turns, working food is really weak. And working production is really weak. I don't understand why this one is 55 and this one is 30. But the city prefers this one. But yeah, I've heard there are some bugs in the first time the city hasn't grown yet. Yeah, now this one is 35, 35, 35, 35, 35. As you can see, the preferable tiles are all 35 now. But this one was 55 for some reason. I don't know. Now we work this one. We grow in 6 turns. This is great. And what do we build now? We'll start building a worker. We met Nabu. We could ask him for an embassy. You shouldn't always ask for embassy from players. He has a kind of okay start. He has the 3 food start I was saying earlier. Now I'm going to go there. Oh, there's C there, so there's no point in me going here. So I should go here in case there's more C here. If I go here, I move to there. But if I'm here, instead of moving here, I move here. And this takes me 1 tile further towards a possible ruin. Okay, we met Vilnius. No point in delaying there anymore. And now I want animal husbandry. Because we have too few resources, too weak resources, and we want something good. We want something workable and useful. Also, the worker will be able to improve the ship. But we're not actually building a worker, we're building a shrine. Yeah, we were putting 1 turn in the worker. Always play with Q. Because if you have the worker here now and you change to the shrine, next turn all the production that this worker got will start to decay. But if you have him on Q, if you're playing with Q and you have him here on Q, the production the worker has does not decay, it stays on 6 of 32. So always keep your half done things on Q, if not playing on Q at all times. We got writing. We need to meet Laventa. Okay, so there is land here, but I prefer searching here for the ruins close to me. Yeah, this was not much land. Always move 1 tile at a time, because there is a chance you discover something important. We met Laventa. Let's search for more stuff. Search, 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 search. We met Genghis Khan. Now, this is a point in which you could ask Genghis for his embassy and he could ask for yours. But I probably would not give him embassy information. The reason is he will know that I'm here, and he will be able to see what wonders I'm building. Now, Babylon, I can't evade that. He will scout my capital at some point. So I might as well exchange information with him, even though I've seen his borders and he hasn't seen mine. He will see them at some point. And yeah, we're neighbors, so there's a chance we are going to war, and there's a chance I might make him a bit more inclined to be my friend if I give him embassy. Now, I'm going to ask embassy from the AI, because it's the AI. Oh, I was really close to him. I haven't seen his borders. Now, more gold. So people have discovered this. Also, now we are going to be attacked by a warrior, so I need to run away with my scout. If I run here, which is the instinctive thing to do, he will still be attacked, but if I run here, he will not. And now that we grew there, we actually need to work more food again, so I want to buy a food tile. Now we're getting +2 food. We are 20 away. So yeah, the 3 food tile is the... If I get the 2 food tile, we'll be getting 3 food a turn, which means at 7 turns we're gonna grow. If I get this tile, we're gonna grow at 5 turns. Now the difference is we are going to be getting a +1 production for 7 turns, which means 7 production. With this one, we will get a citizen in 5 turns, which is good, it gives science and stuff, and then for the next 2 turns we're gonna be getting the yields from that citizen. So for instance, let's say that citizen is the sheep. The yields are 1 food, so it's 2 food over 2 turns, and then 2 production over 2 turns. So actually it's better to get the deer for the short term. Right now it's better to get the production instead of the food, but if I get the food, then I'm further away towards higher cities with more citizens, and after that I will be able to exploit city connections better. I will be exploiting science better, because you get 1 science from each one of your citizens, and the only negative is I will be losing happiness. So we'll be doing the food thing. Okay, so now I usually do mining. Writing is something I found from ruins. We could rush library here, but I don't see the point. There might be people that play library rush strategies that really need the library, and they will be already far ahead from us for that strategy. They will be starting monument worker, no scouts, rushing library. So in general, doing library is very risky. I would never advise for you to do that.